calls.
You'll eventually get the 20% back. That Silver Connect card is going to pay her co-payments. Remicade, I believe, is an injectable, and her hospitalization co-payments. And tell them to turn his Part B on. All right, 12 years later, this is Michael Regan with Medicare and You. 12 long years. I had to lead in with that, and nobody does it better than Whitney. Okay, 9/11, 2013, we're going to have a typical Medicare and You show, Mattatuck Minute, where we're going to go over... Larry did such a great job with the Fortune tribute, the 18th century slave, that I'm going to actually probably pass on that. Marie Galbraith, my friend, was in the studio with a lovely lady, and I think they covered pretty much most of that, so we can just move on from that. We're going to do an article in the paper about the Medicare fraud with the podiatrist. This is not uncommon. First of all, podiatry is not even covered under a Medicare supplement, so it would most likely be Medicare Advantage fraud, which I will go over. Talk about some diabetic testings, supplies that are supposed to be free that quite a few of my clients have been paying for, so it's sort of annoying that the word isn't out there enough. I'm going to do a tribute to William Genovese, a good friend of mine. We'll take some calls. Anyone who wants to call in, 203-757-1320. Again, this is AM Radio. Very proud. We're in our third year. Got producer Nick in the studio, producer Tom. And let's do the Mattatuck Minute. Stephanie, how are you?
Good, Mike. How are you?
Good. No complaints. No complaints.
Good.
All right. So, first of all, you've got to be all excited. Thursday night's looking good. Tom's healthy. It's your favorite season.
That's right.
Da, 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 da. All right. So let's get serious and talk to me about what's happening at the museum.
Sure. So the first thing I want to bring up, like you said, Fortune has been covered in the paper, and we just heard about it with Marie and Maxine, and that's tomorrow at 4 o'clock. But on Monday we have an event here, and I really wanted to highlight this in particular. We're usually closed to the public on Mondays, as you know.
Right.
But on Monday, September 16th, which is next Monday, we're going to be open our normal weekly hours from 10 to 5 because we're honoring Orton P. Camp's birthday. And I know you know who Orton P. Camp is, but he is a huge benefactor to the museum. He's a philanthropist, and he's the reason that our history exhibit is what it is. He donated quite a bit of money to the museum to make sure that local history was really preserved and put on display for the public to remember and to learn about.
Actually, don't we have a major benefactor of the museum is the Orton Camp family?
That's correct.
Yes.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
We are opening up the museum on Monday for that. Obviously, it's important to all of us.
That's right, and we're going to be obviously putting a special focus on that history exhibit and on our history collection in general. And it's just an important person, and we just wanted to celebrate his memory.
Sure, excellent.
So that's on Monday, and then next week, as you know, is going to be a busy week here at the museum.
Very busy.
On Friday, September 20th, we've got the brass button at 6 o'clock. And then the following day, on Saturday from 5 to 7, we have an opening reception for our Whittemore Gallery exhibition. Norman Sunshine conversation pieces will be opening on Saturday.
And Norman Sunshine is born in L.A., Los Angeles. He has now settled with his partner in Washington Depot. What a heck of a good painter. Did you see the paintings with the apples?
I did. I saw a preview of some of the stuff that was coming in, some of the conversation pieces, which all portraits that feature prominent Connecticut figures.
Yes.
And then he, on the flip side of that, he has a beautiful collection of still lifes and the fruit baskets and all of that. It's quite a dichotomy that he's got going on.
And he's quite the socialite. He's always hanging out with Joan Rivers and Hoda and all these Juliana Hough. I saw 1,000 photos on his website.
Oh, yeah. He's got a lot of crossover from living and working in California for so
right.
long. Absolutely. But he's a really nice guy. We've talked to him, or I've personally talked to him a couple times regarding the exhibition, and he's just a really nice guy, and he's really excited to be exhibiting here at the museum.
And that's going to be Saturday the 21st?
Yes.
Yeah, make sure we get the community to hear that. This is hard work to get people like this to recognize our beautiful museum in Waterbury. And the fact that the gentleman lives in Washington, Litchfield County, this is his go-to museum. So outstanding work on your part. How are we doing for numbers for Jim and Kathy's Brass Button Award on next Friday night?
We are thrilled with the response from the community, the cultural community, as well as the business community, as well as just patrons here to the museum.
Lovers of the Smith family and how much they do philanthropically for the community.
We are up to 260 or 275
nice.
To honor.
Are we going to have enough room?
We are. I just met with our development director this morning, Jess, and we're replanning some of our.
Okay, we're going to be sitting in the hallways, tables on the staircases. Nice.
Well, we're using more gallery space than we thought we were.
Well, that's not a bad thing.
Floor. Absolutely not.
All right, so tickets are still available.
Yes,
tickets
they
are still available. 203-753-0381. Always ask for Stephanie Harris. Your extension, I believe, is 111.
That's right.
It's 753-0381. There is plenty of time before next Friday night. If the Webster Bank family or Jim and Kathy, especially Kathy, who's been our faithful leader for so long, if you have been affected or if they've done something for you, it is now time to give back to them. They are being honored with the Brass Button Award, and I did see my friend Tom Shute on the Brass Button Steering Committee. So congratulations to everyone on the committee. It's going to be a beautiful evening. A bunch of my friends and I are going, and I will see you there.
Absolutely. You have a great day.
You as well. Thanks for your time.
Mike.
All right, so that was a good Mattatuck Minute. We have a caller patiently waiting. I'm sorry to keep you holding so long. Michael Regan. Hi.
Hello?
Yes, this is Michael Regan, Medicare and You. I'm sorry to keep you holding.
Hi, Michael. This is Heather Burns, Brass Information and Benefits Specialist. I'm down at the Senior Center today, the new Waterbury Senior Center, and we are preparing for the open house for tomorrow.
The ribbon cutting.
Yes, between 10 and 1.
I know all about it. I got to admit, she is fantastic. Alexi has reached out to me, and I've been trying to get in there. I'm lucky enough to be doing this. So let me have you plug away the Senior Center. Congratulations on the new place. Go ahead and let everyone know, Heather.
Okay, so the ribbon cutting is tomorrow. Open house is from 10 to 1 for the new Waterbury Senior Center. And our brass team is down here today, and we are preparing for the open house. We're setting up and getting everything ready.
All right. And, of course, you're open to all my listeners, any seniors that want to come down and see the beautiful new facility.
Everyone is invited.
All right.
Let me...
Go ahead.
I'm going to get Lexi on the line now. Hold on.
Sure.
Hello?
You have done a great job. So I actually have to call her a lot. She gets back to me. She's like, no, I'm telling you, I'll make sure someone gets on this now. Congratulations to you and all of your hard work. The ribbon cutting is going to be a huge success. All of my listeners out there, I would love for you to come down. There's plenty of space. Why don't you make sure you give them the address so they know where to go?
Okay, great. I appreciate the shout-out.
My pleasure.
1985 East Main Street. And we are in Waterbury, 06705, and it's right across. You can also get there from South Main, across from St. Peter and Paul Church.
Correct.
The old Mattatuck manufacturing site. So
right, and the old Mattatuck Senior Center, which is in the basement. I've maybe cut my teeth there. Several people have heard me on the radio, and then they come to my seminars. So,
and we're actually across the street from that.
Right, on the corner. Yep. The beautiful new facility.
Yes.
It's going to be from 10 to 1. Mm-hmm. At the 10 o'clock hour, I may actually be in church because a very good friend of mine's father passed away, but there's no way. I know a friend of mine, Blair, is going to the ribbon cutting. She is. So,
yes, we work very closely together with Home to Home Foundation.
And then, do you want me to correspond with Heather Burns to get her my seminar schedule, or do you want me to go to you, the boss? What's better for you?
If Heather wants to, I don't mind delegating, so if she wants to help me out with that, that would be awesome.
That would be great. And I sincerely appreciate Mayor O'Leary and Joe Gary for reaching out to me and believing in me and letting me get this opportunity.
Yes, thank you. And I look forward to you working with us as well. And we can't wait to get started.
You'll hear callers today calling in. I really do care. And if I don't know the answer, I'm not afraid to say I don't know, but I always try to get back to people. So anyone that goes to the seminars, it'll be well represented. We're not selling anything. We're not pushing product on you. All it is educational. And if you feel comfortable with the person, then you actually go to their office. You're not going to enroll there at the senior center. The senior center is nothing but meeting friends and maybe playing some bowling. I saw a news article in the paper up in Torrington. Apparently they got quite a good team, so we got to get our team going.
We do. We're going to get a great team together. We have a pool table room with card tables, pool table. We have a computer lab with 20 computers for instruction.
Chair aerobics, remember that one?
We do. We have a health room.
It's fantastic.
Fully stocked and ready for state-of-the-art services such as mobile podiatry, mobile dentistry.
Oh, sweet.
Health clinics. Yes, it's definitely a cool place to come to.
All right, so we'll see you tomorrow from 10 to 1 at 1985 East Main Street.
Yes.
Thank you very
so much. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, the word's getting out. They call in now. We got a caller on line 2, Michael Regan.
Hi, Mike.
Yes, hello. How are you?
Hi. I had called with a question on your last show.
I actually recognize your voice.
Right. You couldn't answer it at that time. Excuse me. I just want to thank you for helping me. Not only did you call me back after the show, but you came to my place of work and made phone calls on my behalf to solve my problem at no charge to me whatsoever for your services. I just want to thank you formally on air and to let your listeners know that you're the real deal. And again, thank you very much.
Do not let my head get big. The way I feel about this caller, I always think, what if this was my mother? I mean, my mom started the agency, and she was a good insurance agent. But what if this was my mother, or God, thank God I have my father now. What if this was them, and they needed help, and there is someone who knows what they're doing? You have to help people. People have forgotten to help people. All they want to do now, and I heard my friend Joe Stango on the air before on the Larry Rifkin show, people are so afraid of fraud that they don't open their heart. They don't let the big door open. And I just wanted to prove to you that sometimes there is the real deal. I remember going over there. I think, to tell you the truth, we both had some pretty good success in the end. And the answer is that Medicare will pay, even though you're not going to get stuck with that huge high deductible, correct?
Correct.
All right, but let's make sure we double back over again. We check with that woman. I can say her name, Crystal. No last names for HIPAA reasons. But let's just make sure going forward, we're going to check with your doctor to prior authorize it. We're going to check with your doctor before we really start using it. Make sure you check with Medicare that they're going to cover this. So, yes, it does really work. All right, have a great afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Go sell some flooring. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, so you heard the call. Not another one. Yeah, baby. I'm not going to get to my topics. Caller on line 4, Michael Regan.
Hello, Michael. This is Lucille DeSantis.
Hey, Lucille.
How are you doing?
How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, thanks to you.
Oh, you know what? Again, this is I had time this morning. I had an 8 o'clock appointment. My 8 o'clock went well, and I had a few minutes. I'm like, you know what? Let me bang out another one. Please, don't say the particular individual you're working on, but just tell the scenario and see that sometimes the people who know what they're doing can get things fixed.
Well, now that we have Obamacare...
Healthcare reform.
Yes, healthcare reform, people have to find an insurance. I was at wit's ends because, 20 hours a week, what can you afford?
Right.
You took your time. I called you on on Tuesday, and you called me back this morning. And you've done all the work for me. I didn't know where to turn. If it hadn't been for you, God knows what situation I'd be in. There's
no problem. Actually, Jean and I give Jean a lot of credit. She and I had to go to 2 classes to make sure. And you know what? The classes, whether or not they were helpful or not, we're still going to need to really study. A coworker of mine said yesterday, is it just everyone chickens running with their heads cut off? No one actually knows how exactly it's going to work, but the exchange will be set up. You and your individual that you need to get insured will come to the office. We will go online. It's called Access Health Connecticut. And you can do this if you don't want to buy from me. We're only making $19. It's a very low commission. I hope I do earn your trust. But if you go to the website, it's now guaranteed issue in the state of Connecticut for January 1st, 2014. We will simply go in. Due to that particular male or female's income limits, he or she will qualify for a federal subsidy, which is a tax credit. So the premium, I've already figured it out on the Kaiser the Kaiser Foundation website. It's going to be about $205 a month. And there's an outside chance it's actually going to be free because they may fall under the Medicaid guidelines because of their age. So go ahead, set yourself up an appointment 1st of December. I will see you. Do me a favor, but let's be proactive and have it be in the morning, just in case there's a small snafu and I need to take a good hour and a half. We're not rushing. And God bless you. Thanks very much for reaching out to me, and I will help anytime I can.
Well, I tell you what, you're like family. I mean, I turn to you. I trust you. There's not too many people.
I'm lucky enough to have your business. When you need help with you and your family, they are my clients. It's not. Sometimes I get a little upset when an attorney will charge me for a phone call. I appreciate that they're very busy, but my friends at Carmody and Torrance have answered questions while I'm in line getting a sandwich. I mean, there's a lot of good law firms. My buddy Bob Lubis. Mark Waller will take my phone call. Sometimes you have to just help someone instead of bill somebody. So let me help you first before I even make my first dime on this one. I'll see you in a couple months.
Okay, thank you so much for your help.
Have a great day. My pleasure.
Have a good day.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Another beautiful thing. We got a last call, and then we'll take a commercial break. Hi, good afternoon, Michael Regan.
Hi, I just have a question about my private Medicare insurance.
Sure, this is easy. Let me start taking some notes. Go ahead.
About a year or two ago, I went from regular Medicare to a private healthcare insurance, United Healthcare.
Okay, 1 second. You went from original Medicare to a Medicare Advantage.
Yes.
Okay.
And because I had some major dental work done, so I got the dental platinum.
And that's $33 a month.
Okay.
Okay, so is your premium with that? That's actually a very good carrier, United. Is it $0, or is it $99 a month, or is it $20 a month?
Well, my total premium is something like $126 a month.
Okay, so you have Plan 1. If you can pull out your white card and just confirm while we're talking, you have Plan 1 with dental.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, I know your plan by heart. Go ahead.
So I'm just wondering, now that all this major dental work is done, if I wanted to switch back to regular Medicare to save money on my premium, can I do that any time, or do I have to wait for that period?
The beauty is, hopefully I've earned your trust over these shows by you listening to me. You can go to a $0, not free, $0 monthly premium. It's called Plan 2. You will have slightly higher copayments, and if you have exhausted your $1,000 of the Platinum Dental program, you can actually drop that dental, perfectly legal, as of October 1st. You would simply call 1-800-711-0646. Again, 1-800-711-0646. And you can do it if you'd like to do a conference call with my staff. They will not charge you. They'll do it just to make sure it's done right. Or you can take a proactive approach and do it yourself. You simply call up. It's a recorded phone call. And it's not for training purposes, by the way. It's for lawsuits. And you simply tell them your member ID number. Don't give your name over the airwaves here because we're HIPAA compliant. And you simply say, I'd like to drop my dental. Then you come to see me at 447 Wolcott Street from October 15th. Through December 7th, and I will move you from the plan you're in to a $0 premium program.
Okay, and then down the road, let's say I would have some more expensive dental work done. Could I re-switch back to the plan?
Even on the $0 monthly premium plan, you can add the dental the first of the month, any month. So if you wait until next May and all of a sudden you get a couple cavities and you need some work done, you can add the dental starting June 1st with United Healthcare. It's one of the only carriers that allow you to go on any time of the month. Connecticut, another quality carrier, they only allow you to go on January 1st. If you don't go on then, it's use it or lose it. You've missed your opportunity and you have to wait.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Oh, that was an easy one. Should have seen what I dealt with last week with the guy with the high deductible. That took me over 10 phone calls to finally resolve.
Wow.
All right, have a great afternoon. Thanks for listening to the show.
Thank you.
All right, commercial break. Producer Tom, producer Nick. See you in a few minutes. Thanks for listening. Medicare and You, Michael Regan.